Aloha mai kako, and mahalo for inviting me to speak today. As the chair of the Hawaii State Senate Committee on Agriculture and Environment, I'd like to share some of the good practices and successful experiences that we've had regarding agriculture and food security. First, let's look at one of our main problems here in Hawaii. The fact is, we import about 90% of our food at a cost of around $3 billion every year. We have a great year-round growing season, but according to our Department of Agriculture, we have about 1 million acres of designated agricultural lands that are not being used. Okay, so we got the land, we got the good climate. What's missing? We don't have enough farmers. And more bad news, the average age of farmers in Hawaii is 61 years old. So what's the solution? Here's some background. In 2005, we started getting more serious about a solution for food security when we passed a law setting up a task force to develop the Hawaii 2050 Sustainability Plan, which included updates every 10 years to prepare for global warming, climate impact, and sustainability planning. And then in 2008, the task force published the plan with one of its goals, and that was to increase food production for local consumption by 2030, so that 20 to 30% of food consumed is locally grown. Then in 2014, we launched the Aloha Plus Challenge to target 6 areas: clean energy, local food production, natural resource management, solid waste reduction, smart, sustainable communities, and green jobs and education within the framework of the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. So yes, we got out of our silos, started sharing ideas and working toward goals together. Also, Aloha Plus Challenge created an online dashboard that tracks food production, consumption, and food security across the state. Then in 2019, the Local2030 Islands Network was established during the UN General Assembly as the world's first global island-led network to address the climate crisis by advancing the SDGs through locally driven, culturally informed solutions. The network brings together island nations, states, and communities globally, connected through shared island experiences, cultures, and vision. So the Hawaii Local 2030 Hub and the Global Island Partnership form the secretariat, or the administrative arm, of the Local 2030 Islands Network. Then in 2020, when the pandemic hit, here in Hawaii, a group of ag stakeholders statewide called the AGHui, they came together to develop a comprehensive strategy where agriculture is vital to Hawaii's community and economic future. They laid out a detailed plan to support a strong food system infrastructure. And one of the AGHUI's key functions is to maintain a living database of Hawaii ag projects that are investment and or funding ready, which you can check out on their dashboard. And an example of one of those projects using the combined forces of the Hawaii Ulu Cooperative and Propagate, a high-tech firm, to expand ulu, or breadfruit, agroforestry. And so targeting 1,000 acres over the next 5 years, a 5-acre demo site was established to replace potato imports with locally grown breadfruit and allow producers to transition away from monocropping. And we also have an amazing Farmer Apprentice Mentoring, or FAM, program that was created in 2015 by the Hawaii Farmers Union United, a nonprofit which is a chapter of the National Farmers Union. FAM is a program in Maui County designed to train aspiring farmers or further refine the skill sets of those already working in ag toward a successful farm enterprise. The idea is to get out of the classroom and into the fields to utilize farmer mentors who have the expertise and the wisdom to pass on their knowledge. So now our Department of Ag is in the process of expanding FAM to the entire state. And so this is going to be an incredible help to people who want to get into farming. And speaking of getting more young people into farming, we have a program that I think should be replicated globally. In 2001, on the west side of Oahu, a young couple started a small 5-acre organic farm called Ma'o Farm. And their thought was, how can we connect young people with the land in some meaningful way? And they came up with a 2-year youth leadership training program where young people ages 18 to 25 were invited to work as interns 3 days a week from dawn until noon, and then go to college 2 days a week. And the interns, they learn all aspects of organic regenerative farming, planting, harvesting, distribution, marketing. And each intern gets paid a monthly stipend of $525, which can actually go up to $725 a month. And now listen carefully, for interns who want a college or university degree, they get their tuition paid for. Ma'o Farms has grown from an initial 5-acre pilot, 5-acre plot that was leased in 2001 to currently 381 acres. And since they started, 130 students have gotten their AA degrees and 43 students have gotten their bachelor's degrees from universities. So I'd like to close with a personal story specific to Hawaii, but I'm sure it's appropriate for many of the locales that you live in. Not long ago, I got a call on the phone from a mom who told me about her son, who not only loved farming, but every day since he was 2 years old, his joy was weeding and planting and harvesting and taking care of the family's vegetable garden. And by the way, the family had been farmers for generations. Well, now the kid's in middle school, and his mom noticed that he wasn't going out to the garden anymore. She said nowadays he's always playing with his phone and spending endless hours playing video games. So when the mom asked her son why he wasn't going out to the garden anymore, he said his teacher had told him that he should get into high-tech stuff because that's the future, and told him he'd never make any money being a farmer. So the mom's crying, telling me the story on the phone. And meanwhile, me as a former teacher and also as the current Ag Committee chair, my blood is like boiling. So what to do? We desperately need to change the negative stigma about farming and encourage our young people who have that farmer propensity to follow their dream and point them in the right direction and help them in any way we can. In all my speeches to young people, I encourage them to consider farming as a noble profession, no less noble than being a doctor, a lawyer, or a business person. Where do we begin? How about starting with an expansive viral social media campaign, as well as TV, radio, and print, with catchy ads by young people that will change the current pathetic perception that farmers are losers? The campaign should reach out to young people, educating them that feeding people is an honorable and wonderful career to pursue. With that, mahalo for allowing me to speak about Hawaii's efforts to increase food security. Having conferences such as this is necessary and vital. If you have any ideas on how we can improve agriculture in Hawaii, please let me know. Mahalo and aloha to you and your ohana.